Hey, what's up guys? So this video I'm putting together, it is a Netradyne install video for rentals, and there's some other resources you're going to need. They have these packets here that you can find in the Cortex Support Central. If you type in Netradyne install, the very first one that pops up, you click on that, and they'll, on the right side, they have PDF documents that you can install. This one here is the first one, Netradyne and Rentals Resource Guide. Honestly, there's really not a whole bunch of useful information in this one. The ones you really truly want to know about are, they have, I don't know, I want to say 5 or 6 ones that pertain specifically to the model. So like this one here is the Ford Transit. You know, they have ones for, you know, if it was a Freightliner or some other model van, but there's like 5 or 6 of them, so you want to make sure you have the right model. And then the last part of the install requires the Netradyne Driver Eye installer app. It's not the same as the Driver Eye app that you get the alerts on. This is a separate app you have to install to be able to link the Netradyne unit to the DSP. So this is very important. So for now, I'm going to put this down. This one we really don't need, but yeah, I'm going to put these 2 down here. And like I said, once you download them, you see specific to your vehicle, print them out. You can see by the pictures, I mean, it basically walks you through the whole process. Some of these steps, like that, using that roller, you really don't need to use that roller. As long as you press, you know, that bracket there firmly onto the windshield, it's not going to go anywhere. It's got, you know, 30-pound double-sided tape on it. But anyway, yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory, talking about where to run the wiring and everything, and, you know, where to put the GPS device, how you should put the excess cabling, all that good stuff. But I'm going to show you now in real time. So you've got your OBD2 port here. You got the harness coming up the side. It seems like this here, this little sticky thing here is was coming off when I first came back out to see the vehicle. They might come off from time to time, as long as you put them on a clean part of the dash. You know, it's probably not a bad idea to bring some wipes out with you, clean it, dry it, then put the adhesive on it. But anyway, yeah, so your install starts down here, works your way up here, the dash, using these clips. These clips should come in the install kit. You want to use the big ones. This one came undone here, so you can see I'm gonna pop it back in place. So these clips, they have 3 sizes: small, medium, and large. You want to use the large ones for this fat harness here. Come up the side, and then here it splits to 2. You have, let's see, this excess wiring here that you kind of cable up, use wire ties to kind of just let it sit in here. And then you have, this is where the split takes place. You'll have this wiring that goes to the GPS device. You want to have it right in the center of the dash. You can see right on it here, it says skyward, meaning you want this part here facing up, which is kind of self-explanatory. We all know, we've seen that in other Netradyne vehicles. And you know, you use the small clips, the adhesive clips for this wire. And then here you can either use the small or the mediums, but you want to run this cabling up here. I used the big clips for this part of the cabling because it's got this protective shield over it. And then you get the camera installed. So just a couple helpful hints here. When it comes to the cabling install, your best bet, honestly, is to mount the camera first. And what I have found is the kits are supposed to come with the star tool, and it looks like an Allen key set, but it's, when you take them out, instead of having Allen keys on the ends, it actually has star tools on the ends. So yeah, you use the star tool to take out these little screws, remove the unit from it, put the mounting bracket on the windshield first. Again, I do advise to clean the windshield first, so you get a good surface for the adhesive to stick to. Once that's on there, you put the camera back on. You know, you want to set the camera to where it's level, and you want to always make sure that the part that has the lights on it is facing the driver. So once you have this installed, then you can start working the cabling with the clips down and then right here. This is kind of where you would stop, take a pause, run the GPS wire first. That way you know how much cabling you have to coil up here, so you give yourself enough room. Once you get that done, then before you put these clips on, just kind of take the harness itself, plug the OBD2 port in here. Now, that OBD2 port, once that's plugged in, now you can start working it to the actual dash itself. Put one of those big clips down here, one clip here on the side. You want to tuck this right behind here so the door doesn't pinch it, and then one more clip right here. And then this here is a secondary OBD2 port. It's built into the harness because obviously now that this is connected in to the actual OBD2 port, if you have a check engine light, you still need a place to be able to check the codes. So that's why they put this secondary port into the harness. So if this vehicle were to have a check engine light, you can still connect here and check out what the codes are. But that's pretty much it. That's how easy this thing is. And then once you get the actual physical install done, that's when it comes time for the packet. You want to go and install, we did it on our dispatch phone, we install the Driver Eye installer app, and then on the very first page it tells you exactly what you need to do, and you can log in using this credentials, okay? And then again, just follow every step that you see. It's very self-explanatory. You know, you can either install a hub or the actual Driver Eye camera. You want to select that top one, and then confirm the device has been mounted correctly with LEDs, device facing the driver as shown. Select blue button to proceed, which is yes, LEDs are facing the driver. Then you select, you know, your country. Select add a new device. And then once you get to the next screen, you want to scan the QR code on the device itself, which is right there. Once you scan that QR code, it will bring you to this next screen where you have to then press the button on the bottom of the machine, the bottom of the camera, this silver button. You know how like normally in a regular installed setup here, you would press that button to self-record. In this instance, you press this button and hold it down for 10 seconds. When you do that, the left light here should turn blue, and that puts it in Bluetooth pairing mode. So that'll connect to Bluetooth. You also, once you hit yes, left LD is blinking, the next step is it also wants to establish a Wi-Fi connection with the camera. You want to, once that message pops up, you click join. Then it'll connect and it will give you a diagnostic screen. You want to look for green check marks all the way across. If you don't have a green check mark for the GPS, then you put it in the wrong location or it's not facing up. You want to fix that. The IMEI or the SIM, that's really nothing that we could do, like and the cellular connection. That all has to do with the Netradyne unit itself. If you get red X's for any of that, then that means there's something going on with that unit, and you should probably stop the install right away and bring it back to the station. Now, right here, pair driver eye device with your vehicle. So, you'll see here it talks about, you know, diagnostics. You know, the cellular connection is active and connected, and then you scroll down and you will see a box right here that says pair driver eye device with your vehicle. Once you click on that arrow, a bunch of fields will open up where you gotta like type some stuff in. Generally speaking, the GPS will, because it's connected, will already tell your phone where you're located. Like for us, it self-populated 350 Revolutionary Drive, so you didn't have to type anything in. installer name. For me, I put my own name in there. And then over here, the next step down, it says vehicle CAN bus info. You always want to make sure you have that selected to no. And then for the VIN, I just found the VIN on the side of the door, punch that in. And then you hit, you know, this is another way to obviously scan VIN. If there's a QR code or something, that'll help. Otherwise, you can manually type it in. Then you hit decode VIN, and it will, you know, populate the information for the vehicle. That's actually above here. You can't really see it, but then you want to type in vehicle number, license plate, and then GVWR, gross weight vehicle. Now, let's see, I believe it's here. Yeah. So if you look at the next page, instead of having to go crazy trying to figure out what the gross weight of the vehicle is, if you go to the next screen right here, common gross vehicle weights, Ford Transit, which is the one I'm in, is 9,500 pounds. So you would just type that in. Again, this is just this page here. The next page is just further instructions on what we just talked about. And then at the very end, once everything's done, you'll see a thing that says system verification successful. Disconnect from driver eye. Once you do that, you want to double check to make sure the report was uploaded. So that's what next page talks about. Confirm installation report uploaded successfully. Click on reports. Check if your device is listed in uploaded, the uploaded side. So you got the pending and you got uploaded. You will see yours listed in the uploaded screen once you're done. And then lastly, I believe, let's see, oh no, this is a troubleshooting guide. But yeah, once you hit yeah, it might even be this disconnect from driver eye. I know once you complete the installation, the driver eye camera will then restart itself. It'll completely reboot, and then after that, you're good to go. It's really simple, guys. So I'm also gonna stop this video and do some editing to add another clip, because this unit here is the DT450. We installed 3 of these. Now, the units that we just got from the station today are different. They're the DT210s, and they don't have the 2 side mirror cameras. They only have a front and a back. And the other thing is, the kit they gave us, it just has this harness here that comes off the camera. It does not have this secondary OBD2 port harness. That is a secondary, basically a secondary package that the station needs to give you, and you link the 2 together, and I'm going to show that inside. These first 3 units already came with them linked. I learned, you know, earlier today when I got the units for the next rentals we're going to install these in, that for the D210s, they don't come pre-installed with the power harness. You got to kind of connect them yourself, but I'll show that momentarily. All right, guys, here we go. So back here again, like I said, the models we got today from the station is the DT210, and it didn't come completed. And what I mean by that is, when we got the first units, you had the camera, coiled up harness with the GPS pack attached to it. But right here, where is it? Right here, you see how you get that harness that plugs into the OBD2 port, and it plugs in through these 2 clip cables. So what it looks like separately is you got the DT210 unit, driver eye camera, and then you got the wiring harness. So the station should give you 1 of each, if they're not already, you know, pre-assembled. If they are pre-assembled, you can see inside. If they're not pre-assembled, you can see inside here, this little white clip here. You just want to make sure you're plugging that into the white end. It's the only thing you can plug it into in the camera itself. But yeah, once that's there, you're good to go, because it already has the inline fuse pre-assembled. So you're not going to worry about that. Just follow the steps that I made in the first video. So, you know, like I said, so if it comes pre-assembled, you're good to go. You can start in the install right away. If it doesn't, and it comes in these 2 pieces, you just got to plug that little white clip into the female end in the driver eye DT210. That's all I got, guys. Later.